Okay, we're gonna talk about smokes. Smokes are a way that deny vision, give false info, stop rotates, or like slow down rotates. Smokes are insanely strong. Um, they're not like CSGO, they don't completely stop people. A lot of people like jet smokes, it's like a door, like, remember like Ten said, it's like a door that people just walk through. People constantly walk through smokes. We're gonna talk about how to make people respect it, and like so that they don't walk through smokes. Or smokes are actually like more useful and more dangerous, and how to get value out of every smoke and like different unique ways to use smokes. So generally, everyone knows, like on certain maps, there's certain places you smoke, like freaking I don't know, Ascent. You smoke, you smoke this, you smoke that, right? Those are the common things that you do, places that you smoke. I'm going to briefly go over how to smoke. If you smoke out here, they can peek from different angles. If you smoke against flat against the wall, they can peek from one angle only. Again, out here, they can peek here, they can peek here, they can peek here. Out here, they can only peek here. Alright? Don't mess that up. On things like Heaven, people like to smoke out here. Don't do that. Smoke here, flat. Same with Icebox. But we'll get into that later. So, the thing about smokes you gotta understand is it's the most impactful role you can have without killing anybody. You need to be alive, you need to use your utility. You mess up your smokes, you lose the round. It's just that simple. You cannot mess up your smokes, you cannot be dead. Like, the thing about playing not being dead, you can't play scared either. You gotta play confident always. But you need to be alive and have impact other ways. That's why people like to lurk on Astra, and we'll talk more about that later. Things like conditioning and things like that. And a good smoker is going to help you win the game, and you won't even know it. If you're destroying a team and you're bottom fragging as a smoker, you're doing your job, right? You're winning the game. The way you get kills is probably through clutches, and we'll talk more about that later, but yeah, you're probably going to have to be clutching a lot. You need that clutch gene, if you know what I'm saying. So, this is an example of bad smoke that a lot of people do. On Icebox, people like to do this smoke right here. They like to block this vision because, it one ways the bottom, I guess, and like it, that Raptor angle is a common angle. You want to deny that vision of that common angle. Why wouldn't you? That's just obvious. But here's why this smoke is bad. If anything, you want to smoke here, right? Because it denies vision from the rotators. They can't help. They can only look this way. And then if they come out the smoke, they're going to be exposed to like 30 different angles. But if the smoke's out here, then they're exposed to far less angles, right? So I always want to make it flat with like walls and things like that, and that's why I always just do this one, because it denies rotators, right? This one is extremely oppressive, as I like to use. That's why this one is really good. As you scale up, it blocks this angle, but most importantly, it denies the rotators. That's why smokes like that are so important and so helpful. So you gotta think of it like that. And also delays. So let's look at this clip.
Bro, can they see me?
I'm in that smoke heaven on Icebox. So look at what I walk out. There's only like 1, 2, 3 angles, and he's not even looking at me. And I get a free 1v1.
I think so, yeah.
Right? And I don't even know what this smoke is, but whatever. And then I could just kill them from behind because they're not expecting it. So smokes like that are not very good. Alright, so now that's out of the way, let's talk about how to use on-the-fly smokes. Because everyone knows how to use common smokes. Everyone knows smoke CT, smoke heaven, you're done. Your job is done. You can die if you want. No one cares as long as you do the smokes down. Alright, let's talk about on-the-fly smokes. So, on-the-fly smokes, you still take the same principles. Deny info, delay, is pretty much it. I don't know. And like be able to work around it, right? So this smoke right here, I place it right there. I know this Sage is running over here because she just shot. You didn't hear it in this clip, but she's over here. I know she's running right here. And this smoke is fantastic. It's fantastic. If this sage was running, right, she'd first have to, one, respect the smoke, because my Raze could be anywhere, right? My Raze is alive. Rudy, shout out Rudy. Rudy's alive, and this smoke, he has to go. He has to clear it. He could be anywhere. Rudy could be anywhere. So he has to take time. He has to clear. He has to clear the smoke. He has to clear over here, maybe. Message clear over here, and it gets in their head. It blocks vision. Now that Rudy could be anywhere, even if you walk through here, Rudy could be here. Rudy could be over here. Rudy could be over here. There's so many things that smoke can do when blocking vision, and it also delays. It may delay only for like half a second, maybe even a second, but you need that time to delay, so I can plant the bomb, right? Always use smokes to delay. Now Rudy goes screens. I tell him to go ramp because I know exactly what I'm gonna do. He's behind this smoke. I'm gonna plant open. We're both gonna go ramp. I'm gonna suck him off first tap, and then he's gonna fight, and then he's gonna die. If he dies, I'll take the second, and by that time the bomb should already blow up. So I heard the boom bot in the smoke go off, so he's in the smoke. So now he needs to clear everything. He needs to clear this, he needs to clear that. We could be anywhere. This denies vision, it's delaying him. But I know if he was a moronic player, he would just run out and could possibly go heaven and just kill me as I'm planning. So I smoke heaven. Real quick. Another thing with Astra, you gotta be fast with these smokes, man. You gotta be fast. Astra on the fly, you gotta be fast. Another thing, Astra wall. When I first started playing Astra, I never used his wall. But his wall is just another smoke. Just think of it as another smoke. Don't hold ults. Don't hold Astra ults. You get it back in 7. It's super fast. Don't hold Astra ults. He could be screens. He could be walking out the smoke. So I just use the wall. You know, just to get saved. Just to secure the round, you know? Why not use an ult? So I tell him to go ramp with me. And I tell him to go first because I have suck. I don't want to die first. Right, we're on the other side of the wall, so I can hear if he taps. So that's why I'm like on this other side. So I know he's on the bomb now. I suck him off, he can't be on. I tell him to nade first. I tell him to nade right now because he's going to tap right now. He taps as he nades, he can't be on. I tell Rudy to take first contact. If Rudy dies, I'll play post and then win the round, whatever. Alright, so that's the way to use on the fly splints. Let's talk about on site and how you can also delay and deny vision further. So let's look at this position I'm in right here. I'm on site. My boy's in trouble, and they're splitting B. They're through heaven. They're through main. If we look at split here, there's a guy heaven. There's a guy main. My boy is backside. I'm over here. So I'm getting crunched. I'm gonna freaking die. Right? I have a smoke main, but I could smoke main, but they're just gonna walk out of it, and it's not gonna help me, right? Because they're too far out. So instead of smoking main, I smoke here, and I smoke heaven. What these smokes allow us to do, it gives us little space to work with, but it still gives us, it denies vision, and it gives us a way to work around these smokes. These smokes are so important and super advanced, because people don't do this. This is important. You gotta be able to smoke in abnormal places. Normal players smoke here, but the sage would walk out already. So you gotta think, okay, I gotta smoke in front of him to deny vision and to delay so my rotators can come in and help me. And also to smoke heaven so these guys don't have a clear angle and can kill me super fast, so I can like play around my smokes further. So let's look at what happens.
Oh my god.
And also, when you're smoking, please put yourself in safe positions. Don't go into your Astra form, go into your Omen freaking throwing smoke form and your brim thingy form or whatever in open positions. Alright, always be safe. So I smoke heaven. I smoke sight. Rudy, he unfortunately got wallbanged, but we're gonna talk about how to play around smokes right here. So what I did here is I put fake smokes. Fake smokes on Astra. Her best abilities are, of course, her E, which is her smoke. I believe her second best ability is her fake smoke. Her fake smoke is probably the best ability. It catches people off guards, and you can use it 4 times. 4 times. You can only pop 2 smokes regular smokes, but you can pop fake smokes that last like a good second. So it fakes them out, catches people off guard, and you know delays like so. So I Asher fake smoke here, I clear this close, and then I fight behind the smoke. So I isolate 1v1s, basically. And then of course her best ability is, or their best ability in my opinion is probably her suck, and then her Asher wall, and then her stun is probably her worst, but it's still pretty good. People try to utilize her stuns and sucks too much. I think people need to utilize fake smokes more. I think a good Asher player utilizes fake smokes more. As they utilize their fake smokes as most and best as humanly possible. You know, stop using these sucks and stuns to like. First of all, it doesn't even guarantee a kill, right? Don't mess up your crosshair placement. A lot of people when they get sucked, they freaking swarm. They move into the middle of the suck and you whiff. And then stuns don't. We all know stuns. You get one tap in stun, so. It's super easy to walk out of a stun. You just walk out of it. The radius is like 2 feet. So fake smokes are the way to go. And then, so yeah, let's look at this. So I want to fight here. Why? Because I'm getting pressured from heaven. So I want to fight B main. So I don't just dry swing at this smoke. I could wait for them to walk in, but I'm feeling the pressure. Like if they're gonna be pinching me, so I gotta make a play. So I fake smoke.
Just dodge it.
And look at this. Look how beautiful this is. This Killjoy is back here. He can't look at me because he's smoked off. So this Omen is completely isolated. I murder him. Now the smoke goes away. Now it's a 1v1 again, and he's caught off guard because he thinks it's a real smoke. Fake smokes are OP. Let's utilize it a little bit more. And I talk about on-the-fly smoke. It doesn't have to just be Astra. It could be Omen, too. I'm dead back here. I have no utility. I do have a smoke though. I throw a smoke to help me delay my life further and make me maybe a little play around it a little bit. So I throw the smoke. I hold common angle, which is on the side of the smoke. I hear Jett in the smoke though. I hear Jett in the smoke, so I move to the left, and so the people over here don't kill me, and I hold the left side of the smoke because people walk out of the right or the left. They don't walk through the middle because that's dumb. So I hold the left side of smoke, I kill him, I move back around to the right, and I just get free kills. So throw smokes on site to help you live. You know, if you have a smoke, it helps you live. It's better than nothing. You can play around it and, you know. Another clutch right here. Just right here, I'm just shooting. Clutches, I know people will peek me, especially when they're up numbers. I just kill them, kill this guy. I know I can go plant A, so I just throw this smoke to delay so I can plant the bomb and maybe go heaven or something. But he's way closer than I thought, so I throw this flash to deny him vision or to like delay him, so make him respect that smoke so I can get this bomb off. So I know now I'm planting. He knows he's gonna. I know he's gonna run up because he hears me planting. I don't TP heaven because it's the obvious play. I make him hear that he can hear the I know he can hear the TP, so I TP somewhere else. I throw this smoke so he has to, when he jumps out, he's probably gonna look heaven and I can kill him. So he looks heaven, and after he looks heaven, he looks to me, but it's by that time it's too late. I'm on an off angle, I kill him. So smokes block vision. When people run out of him, they got to clear like 30 different angles in a matter of a split second, while you only have to hold one angle. Now let's talk about smokes, chaotic smokes, especially on eco. Again, do not hold Asher Wall. This Asher Wall, you get it back in like 2 seconds. So I Asher Wall and I throw random smokes on site. On eco, you're not gonna win 1v1s. You're not gonna win, or you're less likely to win 1v1s, especially in numbers. Like 1v2s are extremely possible with rifles. They're extremely low when you're on like a stinger, right? I want to get in position to outplay them. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create chaos. Chaos is where it happens. Where you lose eco rounds is where chaos happens. So I just freaking ride the back of my wall while blocking myself with all these smokes. And luckily Jett smokes for me. I kill him, he's not even looking at me. No one's even looking at me. I just get free kills. He Killjoy ults, I gotta run through. I kill Killjoy luckily because I run through the freaking Asher Wall. And I break the Killjoy ult and I win. Remember what I said about, look at what map is this? Pearl. Remember what I said about smokes being flat? You can only come out of a smoke one angle. If I run out this smoke, it's one angle. If the smoke was out here, I can flood out from right, from left, from diagonal, from up here, from middle. That's like what, 5 angles. So I can do that. If I pop a fake smoke out here, I can then jump out and maybe create a different off angle and create chaos, right? So that's exactly what I do here. Always do this. If you want to push out of a smoke as Asher and you have a smoke, just fake smoke out of the flat smoke, right? To give yourself a better chance. Then, like, completely disregard their smoke by utilizing your smokes to create different angles. So I fake smoke out. I tell him to flash too. I jump out. I clear all these angles. I know where he is. I spam him, so I know he's gonna swing, and I pre-fire that. Now I have Asher Wall. Don't wait to use your Asher Wall. Just use your Asher Wall. When we're talking about how to use Asher Wall, like literally how to use it, basic mechanics. You gotta be fast with it, first of all. Second of all, you put 1 point here and you put another point here. It's like a linear graph. You put 1 point, 2 point. That creates the slope, linear line, bam, math, geometry, algebra, literally. Alright.
You sexy maniac. You did not clear hall?
Yeah, he didn't care.
I swing that guy.
I want all, bro.
Now on Astro Walls, and they deny info. And they also delay. But another thing, and unique thing about that, is they deny hearing. So I tap. My plan was to tap the bomb and immediately run over here. I couldn't hit my 4 key because I'm just awful at this game, so I couldn't do it very fast enough. But I tap over here, and I go over here because how do people run through smokes? They run through smokes to the sides. They don't run through the middle because that's not the good play, right? They run through the sides. Everyone knows you run through the sides. So I tap the smoke over here, and I run to the side over here and wait for the sage to walk through and get a free kill. But I just am missing the bomb completely, so I get sucked off.
Help me, bro! Help!
And I start
Help my
panicking.
brother out!
Luckily, this Asher walks through, and then I know that they think we're on the bomb, so Sage is probably gonna walk through. But you see how Asher walked through the side and Sage walked through the side? No one walks through the middle of a freaking Asher wall or a smoke. They walk through the sides. Remember that. So when you're holding smokes, always hold the sides. Again, another thing about Astra, Brim, Omen, you need to help your team. Right? If you're not lurking, you need to help trade your team. I put my smokes down. My job is done. I can die. It's fine. I already put my smokes down. Let's go help my team entry onto site. Let's not bait. I know I'm a smoker. That doesn't mean I'm the last one in necessarily. Right? I mean, maybe I should be the last one in. But, especially if I post mount you to like Brim or Viper Molly. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't bait my team. I need to trade my team. Always run in with your team. My smokes are down. My job is done, basically. Now we get the bomb down or whatever. Now we need to delay. It's just out somehow. Whatever. I can't possibly smoke both Heaven and CT to stop and delay the push with one smoke that comes back in 10 seconds. So I Astral. Always use Astral. When you get Astral, just use it. If you have a way to use it, just use Astral. So I use Astral. I noticed that my smoke Heaven is kind of wonky. Alright, they can literally peek out of it. So I utilize that. I play around my smokes.
Yeah, the gap in the wall.
He says gap in the wall. I jump spot it. I see him. I know he's gonna be peeking. I kill him. I hear the flash out this wall. I kill him and I re-peek and they walking on the smoke. It also helps you with crosshair placement. So let's look at this. You remember how I said people walk out of the sides of the smoke and not against the smoke, or in the middle of the smoke? So I know he's gonna either be close to this wall right here, or they're gonna be close to the walls, basically. So his head level's right here, and the head level's over here. They're not over here. So that's exactly where I put my crosshair. Against the walls. Because people walk out of the sides of the smoke.
Backside, he's backside.
Again, on split. On split, like typically you smoke vent, and then another common angle, and another rotator help, like another way to cut off rotates is smoke here, and then when you're finally on site, you smoke CT because you're splitting B, right? I know that's 3 smokes, and if you're going too fast, I probably wouldn't smoke this because they kind of people like to walk out of this, and it doesn't help. So smoking, if you can't do all three, just smoke CT. It's better. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing here. If there's a guy on site, I see him on map, I spray through.
Heaven.
Now that we cleared site, I have to think about the post plant. I think I don't have any smokes in 9 seconds. They're out heaven. I can hear him calming heaven. So what I do, I Astro Wall. Astro Wall is just another smoke, guys. I want to play around my smokes. I always want to be on the sides of my smokes, because that's the common angles of where people are smoking. So I get to the furthest angle of the smoke, and I hold the smoke. I have entirely of heaven. I hear his garage. I want to smoke garage, but the second I go into my smoke, he could walk through, but I have to take the risk. I help my team. I would want to put a star, but I know my Astro Wall is going down. Now look at this. I know he said someone's heaven, but he's not walking through. Now, if the wall goes down, the most common angle for people to be standing is at the sides of the smoke. So where do I look? When it goes down, at the side of the smoke. And where is he? At the side of the smoke. So I kill him. I immediately put a star for the suck. You need to be fast as Astra. You need to be fast. The faster you are, the better. I promise you. You need to be fast and precise, of course, but you need to be fast. You need to think. You need to go fast. Like, I know, Daniel, I know this is mostly for you. Your stars are too slow. You need to be faster a little bit.
Oh my god.
So I have suck on bomb. I jump spot to find 2 people. I know exactly where both of them are. I want him to peek so I can isolate the 1v1. He doesn't peek. Good job by him. I suck him off. I do the rope jump. And I know the Reyna's generally in this area. I killed him. I know he's off. I jump spot. I hear him running at me. I hide because I know the time's running out. I thought he was going to go back to bomb, but he's swinging. And I hear him reload, so I just swing again. I kill him. So, just use your freaking Astro Wall. I put my smoke here, and I'm gonna Astro Wall, so I don't smoke heaven. I freaking move my Astra character while I'm in the Astra form all the way to the left. I don't necessarily need to do that. I just right click here and right click here and then left click to finish it. That's all you gotta do. You don't need to be, it's not like, whatever. That just help with the speed. Now I put the smokes down. My job is done. I gotta freaking help my team entry, you know? If I'm not lurking through mid, I'm helping my team entry. Remember what I said about Astro Walls. I freaking fiend for this. I go to the sides of the Astro Wall. should go over here because it's better, because this is common. But I'm standing here holding the smoke, right? Because people walk out of the smoke. And when people walk out of the smoke, they walk... Here, I'm going to show this. Okay, when people walk out of the smoke... they walk out over here on the side, right, and look away from the side that they're on. So that's why you want to be on the side and looking the other way, because if you're over here, that's where they're going to be looking, because there's like 30 different angles when you walk out of a smoke. So you want to be putting your crosshair in the best possible position, and of course that means if you don't have a hard read, that means you're going to be looking in the most amount of possible angles that they could be, and then if you run out the smoke and looking to the corner, that means you're only going to be looking at one angle, which is the side. So that's why going against the side of a smoke is so powerful, because that's only one angle and they're taking a big risk. They must have a hard read. A lot of people do it. I hear him droning, I kill him. I go for my ace, I die, whatever. 1 HP, 1. Again, I put my smokes on. I'm going in a trade. My job is done. My wall is down. This wall, by the way, on Pearl is freaking fantastic. Just FYI, if you want to put your Astro Wall, there's a little nook right here. You always want to put it like this, so it like covers the nook, like this. Always want to cover the nook, because if it's like this, they can come out into this space, and then they can be backside. But if you go over here, it covers all the backside. But just be aware of the nook. People like to walk out of that nook. This Astro Wall is amazing. Way better than B, in my opinion. But, whatever. Anyway, I'm hoping my team go on site, and I immediately sprint to the side of the thing, and I hold it. I have like 4 seconds until this Astro Wall is going down. I'm holding the sides of the smoke. Where does he jump out and look? Not to the side, because that's one angle. They have to have a hard read. There's too many angles he could be exposing himself to just to clear one angle. He's going to put himself in the best possible position, and that best possible position is to be looking in multiple angles. So I put myself in a good spot. I panic through and I run through and I get a lucky kill here. Oops. I panic if I kill this Jet and I just get this lucky kill right here. And I know they can't hear me because they're probably through the other side of the wall. Oh, my wall's down actually.
I have him.
And I know there's sewer probably. I didn't think the last guy would be sewer. But
Both.
again, I put my smokes down. I'm on with my team. You see this chaos baiting? I'm on with my team. I kill this guy. I hear him reloading. I walk into my smoke because it gives false information. It denies them vision. They don't know where I am, but I hear him reloading. That's information. I walk into it thinking he's safe, or him thinking he's safe because he's in the smoke. But I hear him reloading, so I know I can kill him. So I run in there, and he has to dash out. I run back out. He's still in dash dash animation, so I can get a free kill. Now I know one tower he just killed our whole team, so I freaking run up there to try to trade because I have good timing. But the trip kicks off, so now I'm just jiggling, trying to figure out exactly where he is because I don't want to take a 1v1 because he just murdered my whole team. So he's pretty good. So I just wall to isolate the 1v1. Because the Viper is anywhere. You could be CT, you could be Canteen. So if I swing the Cypher, it's not a 1v1. It could be possibly a 2v1. So I isolate the Cypher. First I jiggle to find out where he is, and I just run and gun him. And then the Astral, you play around it. I tap spike. They can hear the tap of the spike. And I immediately run. At this point, I didn't know how to do those silent rope drops. So it's like I was worried that he was already through the wall and it would block my timing. So I was going to go A, but he doesn't know. Be fast, work around the Astral, play around the Astral. The Astral is so good. Here again, I'm 1 HP. I gotta get aggressive. Isolate this guy. He could be anywhere. I need time. They could be anywhere. So I Astral immediately to create timing, to create space, to night vision. They don't know what's happening. I plant. I try to go to the other side of the wall. He runs through like a moron. I kill him. I run through this side. He could be here. I fake smoke, catch him off guard, but they're not there. It's better than dry stringing, remember. He could be anywhere. I put this one, I think he's long. And I don't want to talk about that. Again, here. Another thing, when you're planting the bomb and he's fighting, just get off the bomb and fight. Like, if you're getting Sova ulted and you're planting the bomb, get off the bomb. Your life is more worth than getting the bomb down, right? It only delays you for like 3 seconds. Just live. I hate when people do that. I get off the bomb, I murdered Reyna. I plant again.
No.
Now I'm stuck in this corner here, so I don't have smoke, so I use Astral. Again, use Astral, don't not use it. I go to the other side of the smoke, as per usual. But I know two are their flanks, so I gotta kill this guy flank. It's the only way. I position myself to the left as I fight to the guy to the right. I kill him. I don't just re-swing because he knows what HUD angle I'm at and he shot me already. So I just run through. Now I know I heard him back hall. So I immediately go knife out. Again, the wall denies vision. It creates timing for me. I kill him from behind. I know I have timing. I kill the Sage. Play around smokes, play around Astrals. I ask him to dog me out. My smoke's already down. I can entry. Kill that guy. Mario, if you're watching, this is how you should clear it. See how beautifully I jiggle, you know what I'm saying? I jiggle them, I jiggle them. I'm just saying, bro, if you cleared like this, you probably wouldn't have died to that Cypher. Just saying. Someone's had heaven, just jumps out heaven. I know how I don't have smokes. Now that we killed the site players, we need to play post plant. Immediately. Kill site players, play post plant. I don't have smokes. What can I do? Put myself in the safe position. I Astral Wall. Again, how do I position myself against the Astral Wall? At the side of it. But I know they can jump out heaven, so this side isn't that good. So I go heaven instead. Because I also know he has they have 2 flashes, so that I know they can flash out. So I'm waiting for them to flash out. He says they're flashed. Bam, I peek. I hold. Luckily, Rudy kills the flank. And I kill this guy. Use Astral, use Astral, use Astral. Let's talk about smokes now. When you're hiding in smoke, this is a great tip I heard a long time ago that helped me just murder everybody. When people walk into smokes, they walk looking straight. Alright, this is kind of hard to utilize. Then when they walk into the smoke, they don't walk in looking like this and going this way. They walk in going this, looking straight. Now you can take advantage of that. So how do you play inside of your smoke? How do you make people respect your smokes? You sit, and not over here where they're looking. I hate when people do this. Don't do this. You sit on the side right here. Right? Because when they're looking this way, I'm on the side. They have to move their crosshair. And a lot of the times, they're not even looking at you. So sometimes you sit on the side of the smoke. And I learned another tip, that you even put yourself in the middle at the very end of it and turn around and put your back towards the end of the smoke where they come from. So when they walk out, they won't even be able to see you. Now, I know this works, but I get really nervous and I don't test it enough. I haven't practiced enough. But I know it works and it is the right play. I just don't do it, and people make fun of me when I do it. Like, they're like, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? But I know it's the play, so I don't do it, but I should do it because I know it's the right play. So instead I had the side of the smoke, but you risk getting spammed, so I always crouch when I'm in the side of the smoke. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. So here, I'm holding the smoke. Look where he's looking. He sees me. If I was over here, he wouldn't even be looking at me. I can even trigger discipline him. I wouldn't even be able to, I'd be fine. But you run the risk of getting sprayed because the most common places to spray smoke is the sides of the smoke, right? If you're spraying your smoke, always spray to the sides of the smoke, right? That's the most common angles. Always spray against the wall, right? The walls right here, people always spray the sides of smoke. So it is dangerous, but you got to take that risk sometimes. Anyway, I kill this guy, and on my Pearl, I'm an A player, right? I know they have Phoenix ult. Phoenixes get really freaking eager. They get really excited when they have ult, so they just run down. And I know this, so they pop their ult right here, and then they run with their flash out of the smoke, because they want to utilize as much time as possible, right? Because if they clear the smoke and then pull their flash out, that's too much time off their ultimate. So they just run in their smoke with their ult out. Their flash out. Just like this guy. He ran with his flash out, I believe. That's why I killed him. Right? He runs with his flash out, just like that guy. So I can literally sit in the smoke, but this time I trigger discipline. I always let the freaking Phoenix go by. I sit on the side of the smoke right here. I like to do this side because they come from over here, so they ride the right side of the wall. So I like to sit on the left side. I crouch, I sit on the left side, so he runs through. I let the Phoenix ult go by, and I kill the other two, and I usually get 2, maybe 3. And when you do this, when you play new smokes, you work around your smokes, it makes the team respect every single smoke you put. Right? It delays, so that means it delays further. When they see smoke, they're scared. If a guy's in a shotgun, has been using a shotgun all game, and he's been sitting in smokes, even if he smokes across the map, you have to respect that smoke, because he could be in there with the shotgun, and you're scared. So you always want to condition them to be scared about these smokes. Always want to put respect on these smokes. So this is what I'll say. Pearl, Astra's the best. Ascent, Astra, Omen, I like Astra better. Fracture, Brim is the best. His ultimate is OP on that map. Haven, Omen is probably the best. Astra's pretty good. Brim's not that good. Icebox, Viper's the best. Not even close. You could do Omen, but you'd have to run double controller. And if you ever go Harbor on any map, you need another controller. Any map, doesn't matter. Harbor cannot be the solo controller. Lotus, I think Viper's pretty good. Astra's pretty good. Brim is alright. I saw this sick ult tree. If they open the door, you just ult tree. They can't go anywhere. It's pretty sick. Anyway, Harbor's pretty good on this map, but you need a double controller. I think Lotus is like double controller on Lotus is pretty good in my opinion, but whatever. Split, I think Astra and Omen are the best on this map. I think Omen is the best on this map, but Astra I like to run in my solo queue games because it's just the most fun agent in the game. So now that we talked about that, let's talk about Brimmy and his ultimate ability. His ult is good on post plant. Everyone knows how to use his ult on post plant. But how do you use it to kill people? And how do you use it to create as much human space as possible? So let's talk about Fracture and Brimstone. We're coming from arcade. My ult does not cover the entire thing. If they're over here, they can just run out here. it does not cover the entire thing. If I ult like this, they can just run out the other side. They can run out over here. Right? They can run out over here and be safe. But I can force them into a certain direction. That is what I love utilizing about Brimstone. A lot of people play tower. I ult tower. They have to focus over here. I just pre-fire this, and I'll show you examples of this. On A site, when they plant the bomb and I'm retaking, they plant over here. They have to run over here. My ult doesn't necessarily kill them. It doesn't kill them, but it forces them out, and I kill them for free. So they either sit in there, or I kill them for free. You gotta use Brim ult in unique ways. You're not gonna kill people with Brim ult. It's very unlikely that you kill people with Brim ult. Now, if they plant over here, they're probably dead, right? If they plant over here, they're probably dead. But things like if they're over here, they can just run out. But I know that they can run out, so I hold this angle, and I can kill them for free because they have to go knife out to escape my ult. So that's a way to utilize it. That's why you got to think about your Brim ult. It's not just to kill people. It's to force them into directions you want, so they have to. Then you can kill them. So let's look at exactly right here.
Wait, don't go yet. Don't go
I
yet.
get my ult. I tell him not to go. He hears tower. I hold. I think I pre-fire even. I literally just pre-fire. Right? My smokes are down. Always put your smokes down for your team. I hold this cross. This off angle's OP. I stim because he's on bomb.
Is he on?
And then I kill him. Alright.
Jeez.
Again, it's the same thing. But this time I'm retaking. So I'm not from arcade, so I don't ult to force him over here. I ult to force him over here. Now, smokes, I know smoking on retake, you gotta clear the angles. You gotta block and deny visions of common angles, especially the overpowered angles. Like the arcade cross I was telling you about, completely is denied by this smoke. B main post plant is completely denied by this B main smoke. Normally I would smoke heaven, but I gotta, can only smoke one. Now I can ult tower. I don't just ult over here because I know he's just gonna run out anyway. So I guarantee that he can't go this. I guarantee that he can't go this way, arcade side. I guarantee that, right? Because if I ult like this, he could maybe slip over here, based on the timing. But if I ult like this, I guarantee that he has to go this way, and I'm already putting my crosshair there. I'm already gonna kill him there, right? He panics, he swings, I get a free kill. Good trade by my teammate. Again, denying vision. They have to walk out of the smoke. My teammate knows that. He kills him easy. The thing about Brimstone and Astra, I've talked about this a few times. Once you get your smokes down, you can entry. You can go and help your team. What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do? I mean, I have post my molly, but like, I gotta clear the site first. A lot of these times, these smokers are just baiting. No, you gotta help your team. You put your smokes down, your job is basically done. Now, might as well go help your team. Now, I know he's dropped, so I can't jump drop. It's 12-12. The timing's not good enough for me to run CT and kill them, right? So instead of sitting sand or sitting on site, I go back to main, I clear flank. Now, in this position, if it was, say, split, and we plant B, and I was Astra, right, I clear site, we plant spike, so we planted spike open, right, we have all of sight, I have timing, right, I can go all around from main back to mid and kill the people heaven and then play postman from heaven. And I can do that because I have suck. So even if I'm last alive and I'm over here, I can still suck them off, give me better timing, and then play postman heaven. Alright, so this is essentially what I'm doing. It's the same concept, right? I clear flank because I don't want to just stand still. I clear flank. A lot of people, when they walk out tower, they clear the door. They know that the door is not closed, so it gives them a false sense of safety. So they fight over here. They fight over here, right? They fight this way, and it allows me timing to open the door and kill them. And a lot of time, even when they're over here, they're too busy fighting. They're too busy about calming, fighting, all these bullets, all this chaos is happening. They don't even know you're opening the door, so you can kill them from behind. And that's exactly what I do. So I walk back around. I hear him shooting, so I think he's like out rafter or out sand and fighting this way. So I open the door. Bam! It's perfect! I whiff. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
You're in
I
it,
walk
get
out the
of that, get
smoke.
out of that.
I walk out the door. They're not even looking at me. What I do, trigger to spin. I know Gecko's the best player. I kill Gecko. I know Omen's the second best player. I kill Omen. And then I see him there. I just hold him. I could have ulted him, but you know, the clip. Anyway. Now let's talk about another thing, and that's conditioning. Probably the most important thing when smoking. It conditions people. It's easier to do on Viper. It's easy to see on Viper, but it's easy to do. It's easy to do on every smoke. So if you're running a fake, you fake with a smoke and at least one piece of initiated tool. Breaches love doing this stun, and you condition them to do this stun. They do this stun all the time. People do this stun all the time, right? Bam, you get A main control. I put just, I don't know, a single smoke freaking drop. Bam, that's all the utility I need to run this fake. Now that it looks like, if they're not A main, it looks like we're going A. I condition them with the smoke. They see the smoke, they go, okay, it's A. You know, if Rudy hears one person, they go, A, instead of saying one person, you know? So that's what they could be doing. Now let's talk about Viper. Probably the best conditioner in the game. Another thing that probably Harbor is the second best. That's how you gotta play Harbor, by the way. You have to condition the team. Anyway. So on this occasion, it's Lotus. But her best map is by far Icebox. So I actually look at Icebox. Where's Viper? People like to throw these smokes. No, don't throw these smokes, man. Don't throw these smokes. This just helps them go back side and creates less space for the team. If you're gonna throw a smoke, throw it here, and maybe here. Maybe, but I don't even like this one. Just throw it here and here. Even that is not even that good. It's completely useless. So it's better just to condition your team. A powerful smoke, just the most overpowered orb, is this orb. This orb allows the Viper to walk into tube, walk under tube, walk into boiler. Now, normally one person holds mid to watch the lurk, so 1v1, 1 for 1. That's pretty strong. That's not that strong. The lurk isn't that strong then. But by doing this smoke, you need 3 people or 3 pieces of utility, or 2 people or 2 utilities in one person. You see how much attention this draws? Someone has to watch under tube, someone has to in tube, someone has to watch boiler. Just by one single smoke. Now you add into the fact that you can lurk with the Viper wall and condition the team with the Viper wall. When you're going A, it rotates. It delays rotates, it rotates, right? I can be anywhere on this map. I can walk through, and of course you want to create that pressure. You know, you don't want, like I said about people walking through smokes, you want to like put respect on the smoke. You want to make sure they respect every time you're doing this wall. So what I like to do, you know, a good thing about this Viper wall, it allows you to walk up, right? And it's also the normal wall that people put. So it's a 2 for 1. So you can walk up as a team, walk over here, drop the wall, walk up even further, because now that one person has to clear both angles, right? They have to clear this angle, and then they have to clear this angle, right? That's 2 angles instead of just 1 angle, because it's denied. They could get timing by this Viper wall, so they have to clear both. So maybe now there's 2 people even, or this Jett is putting himself in a bad situation. That's what the Viper wall does. Now, you've been doing it, now you've been like going A a lot, you know, you're still doing this Viper wall B. Now you fake presence A, now your team walks up B instead. Now this Jett goes, oh, he's been placing his Viper wall B every round, he's not there. He has no respect for your wall, and you utilize that. You walk up, you put the Viper wall down. Now he's like, oh, he's not through, I don't care, they never go. Now you're already here, and you can explode from here, or even over here, instead of back here. That little timing allows you to get space backside to kitchen over here, instead of just fighting and getting this tiny space here. So that's what that does. And you want to do that at least once a game to make sure they respect your Viper wall. And if they're disrespecting your Viper wall, meaning that like they're just insta rotating, you take advantage of that. Same thing with this. Now this Viper wall, you want them to respect it from very early. because this Viper Orb, the Viper Orb is extremely powerful, extremely. So you always want to like on the first round, like maybe like walk down mid, walk over here, walk into tube. You always want to do something. And now that you've put that respect, they held their attentions over here. You could be anywhere. You put that pressure. Now I can go back A and I can do whatever I want. Of course, if you're on A, you're going A. You don't want to be seen because if they see you, bam, they're gonna insta rotate. Also, when you get a pick, you get that pick mid. Don't die, because the second you die, your lurk is over. Right? But if you live, you get one. You break utility kitchen. You could be mid now. You live. Now they have to be worried about you. That they're always worried about you. They're always worried about you in the back of their mind. That's super powerful. It conditions the team. It conditions the team. So this is exactly what I've been doing here. Except on Lotus. My wall has been conditioning the team. We've been going C almost every round. I've been lurking B. I've been lurking A sometimes. I haven't lurked A actually. But I'm putting this wall A because my wall C, it can only block this, but because we have a harbor, I don't even need to be my wall C, so I put my wall A instead to condition the team. So we dodge the Fade Eye. It's even better. Now we walk up. The Fade doesn't know we're there, and I kill him, and now we have timing because they think we're C. Now we have insane timing. I see one Seer, and I just, I walk up closer and I kill him. I know, I gotta go for the skin.
No, I can mark it for you if you pick fucking close.
At this point, I'm pretty sure I just go for the ace.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna play.
As Viper, you always want to throw your
Fine,
molly,
It's
your orb,
fine.
molly the bomb. Viper is so strong.
Look at my team.
I love playing Viper on the fly. My god, she's so fun. Her Viper molly and orb is so fun to play with on the fly.
What the
Ooh,
fuck?
I need a
She's
gun, bro.
B.
And I just go for my ace.
Go! I got off.
So conditioning the team is super important. And the same thing with Viper wall, orb you can do with Astra wall or Astra fake smokes. You put your orb down, you drop it to catch the enemies off guard. Same thing with the Viper wall. You say, like if you're on Icebox, you say, I'm putting my Viper orb up. Right, you're taking B set, right? They could be over here, they could be over here. Instead of just playing the normal post plant, you say, okay, let's fight. I'm gonna drop my Viper wall when it's about half. Because if you drop it at the end, people can hear it running out of gas, so they know it's gonna drop. But if you drop it like half, or like a little bit less than half, they don't know it's gonna drop, so it catches them off guard, just like a fake smoke. And then you fight. That's a strat. People do that. It's really strong. You drop the thing, and you fight, catching them off guard, and you have the advantage taking the fight to them, instead of them taking the fight to you. Same thing with the orb. You throw the orb, people pick up the orb, and it immediately drops it. It kind of glitches the orb. It's really strong. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is, as of a controller, you're probably going to be put in these extremely improbable clutch situations. You just got to do your best. This is where the majority of your kills are going to be. In these clutch situations, you have to be able to clutch, you have to be able to be calm, you have to be able to win the round for your team. You're not going to be entering as much as you think. You're not going to be, if your team is 13-0, it's 12-0, you're probably going to be bottom frag or near the bottom unless you've been having close rounds. But if you're absolutely rolling them, you're probably going to have an insanely high KD, but like low kills, just no deaths. And that's fine. That's fine. You're doing your job. It can be boring sometimes. That's why I play Astra most of the time, because Astra's like hard to be bored of. It's like just the most fun agent in the game. You don't need to kill people necessarily. Anyway, by doing your job, you're gonna be winning your team the game, and it's hard. And I know it's boring sometimes, but you need that discipline. That's how you play smokes. You need to play calm. You need to play slow sometimes. You need to win your team the game. Smokes have an insanely high impact, especially in low ranks. People do not know how to play smokes. They do these smokes that are not flat against the wall, that expose different angles, that deny vision for your team instead of the other team. You know, they put defender sided smokes instead of attacker sided smokes when you're on attacker side, and then vice versa. Alright, so smokes are extremely important. If you're losing a round, it's probably because your smokers are bad, right? And you don't know what's happening. It's probably because your smokers are bad. Your smokes stop rotates. They deny info for the rotates. They allow. Generally on like Ascent, for example, or Icebox is good. Generally they do 2 people on Icebox, 1 mid, 2 on the other side, right? That's usually how it is. Or Haven, generally people do 2, 1, 1, 2, or 1, right? This is generally what people do, and by throwing good smokes, it denies the rotate. That means it's a 5v2 essentially. But if the smoke is bad, like really bad, or there's no smokes at all, that means the B player can get up there to help really fast, right? Because he can assess the situation because there's no smokes, or he can even hold from back here. So smoke is really important. I know there's a lot of more intricacies and like smaller details, and I can't go over it all. Maybe this video hasn't even helped anybody, but it's just a general guide, and I hope this helped. Because I know, like, Daniel, you've been getting into Astra, and there's just small advanced tips you gotta do. So for you, Daniel, just think of ways to utilize your fake smokes, right? I see you put sucks and stuns on the enemies. I used to do that a lot. 9 out of 10 times it never works, right? You're just wasting your utility. Might as well just use a fake smoke. It's better. And use your Astra Wall. You need to be faster with your Astra Wall. You need to be faster with your smokes. Another thing, you need to put smokes for your team. If your team is getting pushed, like say on C, usually there's one guy on C. He can't hold the smoke by himself. So if you put the smoke over here, they're already past the smoke. Your guy is dead. If you put a smoke here, he can play around the smoke and maybe live and delay longer. Now you can fight for this space. Yeah, you can fight for this space, sorry. And now they're stuck on this site, or they're stuck in this small amount of space. Whereas if they didn't have these smokes, now they have all of sight. So throwing smokes on site is really strong. Another smoke is this smoke. If you have 1 smoke, just throw this smoke. This smoke is really good. Right? They can play here and they can hold this space, and like, or they could play here and hold this space, and it's just really freaking strong. Or they can play in the smoke. And remember, when playing in the smoke, hold the sides of the smoke and not where they're going to be aiming at you. And I hope this helps you, Daniel. I hope you learned something. Yeah, it's probably going to be my last guide video, by the way, unless someone wants something specific. So let me know if you want something specific. If not, I'm probably done with this type of stuff. Thanks for watching.